Okay, Sam. Sammy.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to the Media Speaks Live. I hit start broadcast because your wife putting makeup on you just was so cute and lovable and adoring.
Well, see now D-Lake.
I'm switching to headphones.
What D-Lake really did was hit start early, so now I'm going to make him start the show because he got clicker happy playing around.
Hey, Sam, I just had to switch over to headphones. What do we got? Let's see your amazing costume for Halloween. Samuel.
You got to wait now. You went early before I was ready. You got.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Media Speaks Live special day before Halloween. 9 days to election. Today we're going to talk about Hillary versus the FBI, James Comey's letter, Weinergate. Apparently it all came about because of Anthony Weiner sexting an underage girl in North Carolina, I believe it was. Oh, my God. And also we're going to address Samuel I.D. Ganji, who will be joining us shortly. His 12 Days of Trump, a video series premiering on The Correct Views on YouTube. So everyone go to YouTube/The Correct Views. Just type in The Correct Views on YouTube and look for Sam's 12 Days of Trump, because we got a big election coming up in less than 9 days. Tomorrow is Halloween. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, I am Thor. I don't know if you could tell by my fucking hammer that only I can lift and, you know, bring the lightning down and drop the. You want me to drop the hammer, Sam? You want me to start the show? You want me to drop the hammer, Sam? Fucking Thor over here. What? I'm kind of like Thor on vacation, though. You know, I mean, I just walk around with my hammer and people mess with me. I'm just like, what? Go ahead, Sam. Kind of a prop.
Children of the Corn. I did come prepared this Halloween, friends. Happy Halloween from The Correct Views. Y'all hook ya. Yes, I got my costume. I am ready. The 12 Days of Trump has been underway. It has been a huge success on the site. We need more people clicking on the Media Speaks. Since it's become D-Lake and I think sometimes people just go from show to catch us.
I invited Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, but she's busy with Halloween stuff with her kid and stuff.
Oh, it's fine. In any event, welcome aboard, friends. I do have the mouse ears on, which is destroying the costume just a little bit, but I'm sure you get the point. If we can find smaller headphones as this goes through. So, yeah, D-Lake, do you want to start?
You're like a warlock DJ.
Do you want to start? I mean, come on. Is she indicted? Is that what's happening here? What's going on?
You look like a warlock DJ.
A warlock DJ. That works too.
Yeah. I'm Thor, by the way.
I told you like he had to do a costume. He did.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Thor on a Saturday evening when Thor's just like chilling. But yeah.
Just Thor chilling.
I'm not out being a god or anything.
Yeah, I've been on vacation. Chilling at Cap's house. It's all good. This fucking stupid shield is around here somewhere. Try to find it for you. So Sam, was your vote affected in any way on Friday with James Comey, FBI Director James Comey's announcement that something on Anthony Weiner, estranged husband of top Clinton aide Huma Abedin? I mean, we all know Huma. We all know Weiner. We don't have to crack a bunch of Weiner jokes because I already heard them all last night on Greg whatever. But I did put Weinergate into the title. So, Sam, the FBI director released his letter and was telling basically Congress that new emails found on devices, and I have some questions about that, in the case that could be pertinent. Could be, maybe. And Hillary's like, get out all the facts. And I tweeted out last night and put on my Facebook that, newsflash, everybody, the FBI is not WikiLeaks. The FBI is not going to open up a new website and just data dump everything for you to go take a look at and decide what you think is relevant. They're the FBI. They decide what's relevant. And is it serious and very serious or relevant? And what is going on, Sam? Fill me in. It's 12 days. You got the 12 days to Trump thing. I mean, is this explosive? Are they going to drop something on Trump today? Is there another sex tape or allegation out there? Or what's going to happen next, Sam? Let's just let Sam go and basically do like a Correct Views episode here and just spell it all out.
I have been somewhat worried about what they could be waiting to do to Trump before the 8th, because what I'm calling Pussygate dropped really, really not early. One of two things. They either thought that Pussygate was going to absolutely destroy him,
but that was timely. But that was timely with the debate structure, Sam.
Or they thought that they played their ace card really early, or they're still planning something else they want to hit him with. However, with Clinton, now, is she being indicted or is she being brought? What exactly is the FBI doing? I know they said that they found more emails that are incriminating. What exactly is it that they're going to lead them to before I talk about my favorite topic, of course, Weiner?
Well, listen, I mean, indictment is not being, that word is not necessarily being spoken right now. The letter is, the Clinton camp is calling it vague. Did you not see the letter, Sam?
I saw things alluding to it. I have not gotten to read the whole thing.
All right, well, go ahead for a minute on your other thoughts while I find that.
With Anthony Weiner, my thoughts on the great Weiner here is, I did hear, wait, I take that back. I did hear the part of the letter read with Biden. I came home and watched Biden last night. So to be honest, the listener.
Oh, Biden! He.
Did you see that interview?
Found out he's all Anthony Weiner. Oh my God!
No, I mean, did you see the interview where they asked him about Weiner and that? I came home from work. I had a show last night. I came home and immediately did listeners look up the Biden recording, so I know what the emails are. I'm just a little ambiguous as to what it is that their end game is. Are they just saying she did wrong, or are they looking to move towards something that could be criminal? Could she be disbarred as a lawyer? Is she going to be allowed to practice law in certain states after this? And could she be in prison? Those are my main questions. But as far as Weiner is concerned, I've been the one that's been saying leave Anthony Weiner alone the whole time, and I'll tell you why. Everyone knows that Hillary Clinton is a lesbian, not by lesbian. She is with Aberdeen. Aberdeen, of course, is Mrs. Weiner. She's with Aberdeen.
Sexy.
Aberdeen goes everywhere Clinton goes, and that includes down. Now, there's no way. See, I didn't make a Weiner joke. There is I didn't care. So he's sexting and he's going to porn sites. He's married to a lesbian for political reasons. To quote Alex Jones, they're each other's beard. Just like Hillary covers for her husband, who's a sex pervert. And I'm not saying I'm not. Is a sex pervert. He hurts people, though. So all jokes aside. I don't care who's a pervert. But now that Anthony Weiner is sexting an underage girl, unless he didn't know, that's a problem. That bothers me a bit. I never really liked
the evidence is already pointing to the fact that he explicitly knew. She told him she was 15, a sophomore, and they indulged in rape fantasies.
Yeah, that there is definitely not okay. So with something like that, I think it might be time to.
And so if Hillary Clinton top secret Secretary of State emails show up on the same device as underage girls' naked pictures, is that going to be a problem for the Hillary Clinton campaign?
Well, all I got to say, if you're looking at the screen, is it might be time to see, now that these emails on Wiener have popped up, what you might want to do to Wiener. I mean, I guess castration's a bit much. He didn't rape the girl, but
Sam, you're obviously the Grim Reaper or something there. I like your costume.
I'm like the Children of the Corn. It's a sickle.
Are you the Children of the Corn?
Malachi had to grow up at some point.
Malachi.
He had the coolest voice, didn't he? Kind of annoying, but cool.
Yeah, that red hair, Malachi.
Oh, no, not Malachi. I'm sorry. What's the other one's name? Not Malachi. The one with the dark hair. He had the cool voice. Anyway, yeah, Wiener might be looking at some real trouble here, and I would.
Yeah, what's the other one? Wiener.
Now, I will say this.
Children of the Corn, Anthony Weiner.
I actually at Children of the Corn, the Anthony Weiner edition. It's more than a cob. It's a knob. It's the Anthony Weiner of the corn. The corn porn. All right. I think the hardest part is going to be where I agree with Joe Biden. He said, I was never a real big fan of Anthony Weiner before the scandals.
Yeah, who was?
That's pretty much where I was.
I'll tell you who was. Bill Clinton, who presided over the marriage of Anthony and Huma. And Huma, Hillary Clinton's top aide. And, like, the first time that he asked Huma out, Huma was, like, waving her arms like, no, to Hillary. Mm-hmm. But Hillary was like, yeah, you young kids should go out and date and stuff. And then there was a thing where Weiner was sitting in between, like, Bill, like, Huma is just in love with the Clintons. I mean, it's her inner circle. It's Hillary's inner circle that's going to be her downfall, because, like, a lot of people are already predicting that there's a divorce coming, and, like, today's top headlines is divorce, and, like, no, Hillary will stand by her top aides. Will that be her downfall? Because they're saying on Drudge that there could be a divorce. Like, is Hillary going to throw Huma under the bus this week coming up? Because what if Hillary says, oh, I didn't know what Huma was doing with Anthony Weiner and that computer, and, like, that's all her. That's her bad, not my bad. I'm good. And Weiner could be facing some FBI serious crimes. Is he singing like a canary, Sam? Sam, I have so many questions. Can you provide any fucking answers whatsoever?
I can at least offer some insight now that I've got decent.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think there's more than that there, though, because if Clinton pushes too hard on Huma and Hoomer gets jilted lover syndrome, then...
Well, all this weekend, though, but today, though, in today's Sunday News, Sam, what she's doing, what the strategy is, that could be a winning or a losing strategy. Attack strategy has risks, according to the headlines on Bloomberg, is that the Clinton and all her surrogates today on the Sunday shows are totally going after Comey, the FBI director, and trying to say he's part of a vast right-wing conspiracy, Sam.
I mean, that's always going to be something that they go to again and again and again and again. But I think the most important thing to take away from this is that Hillary can only push so far. Because we all know that she's been in a lesbian relationship of some kind with Hillary since pretty much the day they've gotten together. There's rumors that Hillary had told Huma, either divorce Anthony Weiner and come with me on the plane and on the campaign trail, I should say.
Oh, on the plane, but on that one particular day, the day that the biggest news drops from the FBI director, on the Stronger Together plane, they didn't have Wi-Fi. Did you hear that? Apparently, on that day they had no Wi-Fi. So they, like Obama, they found out about it. They found out about it from the press. Like when they landed, they're like, "Oh, we didn't have Wi-Fi. What's going on, everybody?" And they're like, "Oh, hey, did you hear that the FBI just released James Comey just released a letter to members of Congress?" And it was top head members of Congress. Hillary Clinton lied when she said that Comey only gave it to Republican officials. He gave it to Republicans and Democrats and all just the heads of the committees. It didn't matter their party affiliation. See, she's already trying to right-wing, vast right-wing, the alt-right conspiracy against her. Well, you know what? The alt-right is catching up to your ass, bitch.
Well, here's what's funny.
Cartoon frog is not racist.
Here's what's funny. She's trying to refer to a vast right-wing conspiracy during an election year. There's no conspiracy here. A conspiracy is if you're trying to bring someone down and hiding it. This is an election year. The Republicans, myself included, in every way that's legal and not going to hurt somebody, I do everything I can every day to bring her down. It is not a conspiracy. It's nothing I'm hiding. It's an election year, and we don't want her in. So we are going to use everything in our arsenal. It's no left-wing conspiracy when Pussygate came out. They're going to fire every cannonball they have all the way until November 8th. So for her to use the word conspiracy reminds me of The Princess Bride, where the Dread Pirate Roberts goes, you keep using that word, but I don't think you know what it means. That doesn't make any sense. There's no conspiracy here. We are openly trying to defeat you, you crazy bitch. I do love the Sunday show because I don't have to censor myself.
That's the best part about it. Gotta tell you. And, man, Hillary is just so funny. And that's why I posted to my Facebook last night, like I said earlier, that the FBI is not WikiLeaks. Like, WikiLeaks has been downpouring the Podesta emails for going on 20-something days. And there's supposedly more bombshell stuff coming out. And the police and the DA and the investigators in New York have, they're the ones that have the stuff on Weiner that the FBI is talking about they want to take a look at.
Now, see, only because...
And I'm hearing that the FBI, Comey made that statement before he even got the warrant or something.
I would not be... Now, let me be real clear on this. This would be my thought, and I'll tell you why it's not when I'm done. My immediate thought is this. I don't care what Weiner did in relation to Hillary Clinton. Her aide's husband did a despicable thing. That, to me, does not affect whether or not I would vote for Hillary.
Yeah, but...
Well, let me finish.
If those emails are on... Okay.
I would be inclined to go in that direction. However, this is the campaign that brought out Pussygate. This is the campaign that tried to bring out people that have filed fictional claims against Donald Trump in droves. If you're going to play pool like that, okay, bitch, Weiner matters. Weiner's matters. Everything he said it from matters. Who you affiliated with matters. Why is she your aide matters. What was he doing anywhere near your email matters. Yes. Because of the way they have played pool, yes, it matters. Did it come from
what about the Project Veritas videos? Is this FBI announcement a distraction from WikiLeaks, Project Veritas? The violence erupted, but Trump has been covering it, though. He has been covering it. Dude, Trump is like the best news anchor that we never had. Seriously, like when shit pops off, he goes to a rally with over 10,000 people and basically just does the nightly news. I mean,
where did the emails come from? Did
he does the nightly news better than fucking Brokaw or any of them.
D-Like, I have to ask, did the emails come from, you mentioned Clinton. He didn't send them while he was with Clinton, did he? Was he that stupid? Was he really that stupid to GPS himself with Clinton when he did it?
Yeah, see, you said GPS, so I mean, when they say emails are on a device, because emails are
Did he send it from a hard device?
But the emails are on a host server, but your device knows that you got that email and stuff, right? I mean, because you logged in with that particular device. I mean, when they say emails are found on a device, I mean, the emails are on the host server. So, but they're found like on the history or something, or the login.
But whose device? Whoa, whose device did he send these from? Clinton?
Okay.
Send those from Clinton.
The New York Times and others are reporting that James Comey decided to, well, it's not necessarily a reopening because, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, when the FBI has a case, unless there's a prosecution, it never fucking closed, okay? And the FBI works for the Department of Justice. And who heads the Department of Justice? Well, that would be Loretta Lynch, who met on the tarmac in Arizona on a plane with Bill Clinton for 37 minutes the weekend on the Friday before the 4th of July weekend. And then they interviewed Hillary Clinton for 3.5 hours. When just the other day, the FBI interviewed Angelina Jolie about Brad Pitt getting drunk and possibly verbally assaulting and maybe even grabbing too tightly or physically assaulting, if you want to call it that, one of his kids, which I don't think Brad Pitt would do it. I mean, it might have got crazy. I've gotten crazy a couple times. That could happen, Brad Pitt. Even to the best of us, even Thor, the god of fucking thunder, it could happen to. Okay? So I remember when you played Troy, Brad Pitt. But anyways, I'm just saying that the FBI interviews Angelina Jolie for 4 hours. They only interviewed Hillary Clinton for 3.5 hours.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've got this from the Daily Mail. And I do want to know, before I get into this, though, where did he send the emails from? D-Like, I've got to know this.
Where did Anthony Weiner and Huma Abedin, Hillary Clinton's top aide, shared a laptop. They shared a device. And on that shared device, it's being reported that there are tens of thousands of emails. Like, that one particular device could, in fact, have the entire tranche of the 33,000 deleted emails. Now, you remember when Hillary said that her lawyers looked over all the emails? There was a while there that David Kendall, one of her lawyers, had all the emails on a USB drive just in his safe at his lawyer office. Now, a safe at a lawyer's office sounds like a safe place, but have you ever seen Breaking Bad?
Well, no. Let's really look at this, D-Like. You're not looking at it properly. Get ready. Get the.
I'm trying to explain to you. I'm trying to answer your question, though.
I did.
Emails came from a shared device.
Okay.
And that's how the two cases have been intermingled. Because basically, Comey said, we found some stuff that could relate to the Hillary Clinton case on another case that we're covering. And then the news sources said the other case that they're covering is the Anthony Weiner sex case where he's sexting people, and they had a shared device. Now, keep in mind that that shared device was not a device that Huma Abedin gave to the FBI. And when she testified under oath that she handed over all used devices, that wasn't the case. So Huma Abedin is going down already. She's already down. Look at the facts of the fucking case.
Well, D-Like, I'll say this for sure. And I bet you never thought of this, but you're going to be like, wow, Sam's right here. Who did a better job of storing potentially classified information? the despicable Anthony Weiner by putting it in a lawyer's safe, or Hillary Clinton, who wants to be president, storing it on a server in a bathroom? Anthony Weiner has done a better job of securing important data than Hillary Clinton. Am I right?
I don't know.
He really did. I see this here on dailymail.co.uk.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Like, they're like, oh, Anthony Weiner is saving America with his dick pics.
I got humor.
I don't know if that's the case. Donald Trump called it a long time ago when he said that.
No, you're missing
it.
Anthony Weiner does a better job of keeping something private in a safe way than Hillary Clinton does.
Sam, he's been repeatedly busted for sexting. How's that keeping anything private?
No, that's you're missing the whole humor behind it. When you look at the way he stored it in the safe, he managed to learn to even find a more intelligent way than what Clinton had done. And how many times has he been caught? That's my point. Even he did a better job. Well, think about it. If someone's going to break the law or hide something, what's smarter? The bathroom server? The safe in the lawyer's office? You got to give it to Weiner. You got to give it to Weiner on that one. Hey, listen, Huma Alberdine swore under oath she had given up all of her devices that she had to the State Department.
That's what I was saying.
And I was just verifying what you had said here. She gave 2 laptops and a BlackBerry and some files from her apartment to her attorneys to review. It's not only as bad as D-Lake said it was, friends. It's even worse.
All right, so you have this new thing on your channel on youtube.com/The Correct Views. It's called 12 Days of Trump. Why did you title it that? How has it been going? What day are you on? And give us a preview of what's coming next. 12 Days of Trump. The Correct Views. Sam I.B. DeGangi.
Thank you. I thought of it with Christelle for almost no reason at all. We were decorating for Halloween, and I just said something about there should be 12 days of Halloween, and then I just said I'll make 12 days of Trump. It didn't really stand out how Christelle talked about making a song for it, but I didn't want to do that because we don't necessarily know all the things that are going to be developing.
We got like 9 days left. A song would be good. Let's get a song out.
We'll give it a try, but I can tell you the same thing I told her. Since we don't really know, for instance, you have 2 turtle doves. Well, I don't know on day 2 exactly what the bombshell or the news is going to be that I'm going to be reporting on. When it's all done and I know what everything is, I might try to do one. But see, I don't know what's going to happen, so I don't know if.
Well, I mean, but still predict it. So what day are? So do you already have lyrics for what happened on Friday and yesterday?
No,
and
but you know what? No, but that I will get on that. I will see if I can make one. I will try. It'll be more funny if you win. The thing is,
on Friday we were like 11 days out because you're trying to say you want the lyrics to correspond to the real-time events of what actually happened on those days. Like, you can't make the song until after the election. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, like today I think is day 5, so it'd be 5 pics of Wiener. You know what I mean? You'd need.
yeah.
But again, there might be something else in 2 days, and I have no idea of prognosticating what that would be. I could make some generic thing, but I think it'll be funny to do it the other way, and it won't be funny if Trump does.
Wait. We're 9 days till election day.
I'm
what day is your calendar on?
I'm 1 day ahead. This is going to be day 5, and I'll tell everybody why. I was happy that I thought of this because doing one on the night of the 8th is going to be absolutely useless. So I'm a day ahead. The 12 days of Trump is actually a little ahead, so that I can make the final one on the 7th, not the 8th.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. No, you're smart. That's smart.
I've made the mistake on other content.
So 12 days out from the 7th, that meant that it started just like 4 or 5 days ago. You said,
yeah, we're on day 5,
late October.
Well, yeah, indeed. Here's what we've got so far.
No, I was watching. I think it was last night or earlier, like 9 hours ago. I was watching that. I was watching your latest one, and man. Do you want to touch on what you talk about on this show to get people hyped up to go click over and watch it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Go for it.
The first one is a winning prediction, and it talks about how each and every election that has ever happened, all the way back through history, you can do it because you can judge how you can, read history books. It's not like we have film, but you can go all the way back to George Washington and the people who had the most excitement at their convention. Now, obviously, with Washington, there wasn't a convention, but the amount of excitement that surrounded him as opposed to other people who could have been our president. And there were presidents before George Washington, by the way. Look it up. When George Washington became the first official president.
What are you talking about? There were presidents before George Washington?
Yes, a couple of them. He had look it up real quick. He had a certain amount of hype behind him. Well, that even today, Obama, McCain, Obama, Romney, the excitement at the convention was clearly in their favor. And he said this model is not indicative on whether or not an Anthony Weiner happens or a Pussygate happens. It always is predictively correct. The number of times it has been wrong is actually 0. Technically 1 because it predicted that Al Gore would win. Al Gore did win. It was the Electoral College and George Bush's brother Jeb that actually cheated him from it. So it's been right in every instance. We talk about it predicted Trump, friends. It predicted Trump. And we talk about that. Day 2 talks about Islam, facts about Islam and why why Trump is trying to vet who is coming. And it talks about what's happening in Europe where they're not properly vetted and ferreted out. We also talk about voter fraud, how it exists, how you can have a license as an illegal. And then if where you vote chooses to only ask for a license, you get to vote. There's instances where it has happened. We talk about it and prove it. Day 3, we go over why you don't want Clinton. So many people always talk about, I'm voting for Trump just so I don't have to get Clinton. Or I'm voting for Clinton so I don't have to get Trump. Well, we cover it from that angle for you. And then the one D-Lake's talking about, the powerhouse.
So, but it's funny because we're counting up. We're counting up in days that you've been doing it. So now you're saying, okay, what I talked about on day 3, what I talked about on day 4, but we're going to actually count backwards when it comes to the lyrics of the song.
I don't know. See, I get to write my own song, so
the song is going to be the epic. The song, you're right though. What you said earlier about I can't write it yet, babe, because the song has to be the epic conclusion to all this, right?
Yeah, and it'll be much more funny if he wins than if he loses. But now I've said on air I'm going to do it.
If he loses, Sam, the song is worthless. But if he wins and you've documented the 12 days,
it'll be epic. It'll be epic. The last day that D-Lake was talking about.
You are set up to win, Sam. I'm convinced. But
I am. D-Lake was talking about yesterday. It was the powerhouse, friends. It was my best one so far. We go over in detail, and it's not boring to listen to. I got it.
Oh, all his plans? Yeah.
I got it done.
No, yeah.
The show is 17 minutes, but I talked to my listeners just BSing about my show at the end. So in about 13 minutes, I cover in detail everything Trump is going to do for the entire first 100 days. I lay out his economic plan, his immigration plans, his federal plans in terms of regulations. I lay out everything he wants to do, and I give absolute specifics and dare people to go and look and compare it to Clinton. So, yeah, tonight it is going to be another one. I'm going to do it. It'll be after midnight, so that technically it's the next day, maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. YouTube.com/thecorrectviews. I'll move it over to the Media Speaks as well. I always bounce the video.
Yeah, clone it.
But I don't clone these.
Look at the Grim Reaper there. He keeps such crazy hours.
Yes. Well, sometimes they sneak into my cornfield in the middle of the night. So I go out there and slice necks. There you go. I have to stay up all night. I pose as a scarecrow. And then I cut their throat and listen to the blood hit the water take 2. I like to cut their throats and let the blood hit the ground like water being thrown from a mop bucket. There you go. What do you got, D-Lake?
That's fucking creepy.
You got to come to the haunted house. Everyone's got to come to the
Yeah, talk about that real quick. Sam has a gig at a haunted house. The Creek.
The legend of Bear Creek, as a matter of fact. The biggest thing with it is, I'm not sure. Call before you go down today, because we've got nothing but rain, and a lot of it is in the woods. So call before you come down. But I'm pretty sure it'll be going on. Legend of Bear Creek. I'm one of the 3 primary storytellers there. You can ask for my particular tractor if you want, and you'll get my story. And then there is, it's open Monday. It's open tomorrow. It'll be your last chance to go, your very last chance. And I want to give a shout.
Whoa. Your particular chapter, how many chapters are there?
No, there are 3 storytellers on the, what they do is when you first get there, you get on a tractor, and it takes you to the first house. Well, after you get out of the house, I tell you the story of how I was the butler there. And then I tell the story, the entire legend of Bear Creek, where there used to be a
But
prison.
is it like a choose your own adventure? Like some people go with you and some people go with someone else?
Yeah, where you go through the woods on the tractor, and I tell the whole story. And then you get dropped off in the woods. And at the end, when you get out of the woods, I tell you a story on the way to the last house. Well, the other 2 storytellers, because we get busy, my brother is one of the storytellers. His story, because he's made up like a zombie, his storyteller is he was buried in the woods out here, and he was found by a butler roaming the grounds. And then he tells it from that point of view. And then the other guy is like it looks like a necromancer. And he's just bragging about what all he's done and how he's made everyone go insane. Even the family butler has lost his mind. So you get a different story you get the same story from a different point of view. And they're told drastically different. So you'd almost have to go 3 times to hear the story in like all of it. It's really cool. And I wrote the story, so I'm like really proud of it.
Oh yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to Alice Ballard, Ballard on Twitter. Alice Ballard. She has been sharing. She's got 30 reasons to vote for Trump. And we're swapping each other. I share hers, and she's sharing my 12 Days of Trump. So do make sure you guys check her out. 30 Reasons to Vote for Trump, Alice Ballard.
All right. Wow. Maybe we can get her on the show, Sam. What do you think? Alice.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Yes, I'll give her an invite.
You haven't thought of it? Come on. All right. Well, it'd be great to have Alice Ballard on the show and Sam at his haunted house. And, like, dude, you said you just need to condense that into like a book or something, dude, and get that published and get it on the shelves. I mean, even if it's an airport book, but if it's a horror book, I mean, man, that would be like, it just seems like horror is just like on the total precipice and verge of a complete comeback. I mean, this might be a shift to entertainment, but, and maybe it's because Halloween is tomorrow that I'm saying all this, but it really does seem that in movies, I mean, look at some of the blockbuster movies this past year. It's been like sort of new, innovative horror movies. I mean, look at the success of like The Conjuring, It Follows, some other like new, innovative creep show type, Black Mirror that I was talking about. Look at its success on Netflix. It is sort of a horror, and it is sort of Twilight Zone.
And what's it called again?
I totally recommend it. Sam, the Black Mirror. We've talked about it a million times.
No. I thought you cut out for a second. Black Mirror is probably one of the best TV shows. White Christmas White Christmas is the most intricate story that I have ever seen told in under an hour. I mean, this thing is probably a 700-page book. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah. And, but anyways, I was encouraging Sam's writing. I mean, I wish I was a better writer in the fact that I feel like I have just too many fucking ideas that I can't.
I've got a couple horror stories that I would love to get published if anybody publishes.
Yeah.
Before we go,
more ideas than words.
Let me know. I'll be able to write them for you. You find a publisher and give me the idea, I'll write it for you. Check this out, CNN.com. This is my science for the day. I think it's a little bit different, but needs to be done. U.S. detects failed North Korean ballistic missile launch. This is huge, friends. You have somebody playing with nuclear technology, hence news from the science front, who has very little idea what they're doing, where the nuclear bombs are being manufactured at, and as well as the power plant, is leaked, not leaked, it is deliberately drained into an open lake. There are considerable problems here, not the least of which is, depending on how bad these nuclear tests go, what can happen if they fail. If they continue to get better and better, as some of them have, at what point do we get drug into a war against them? Because they are the only, other than ISIS, they're the only nation openly threatening the U.S. No, I don't think they could beat us, but I think they would bomb a ship or something and then threaten us with nukes. They'd lose, but think about the problem that would cause.
U.S. Strategic Command Systems detected a failed North Korean ballistic missile launch Saturday evening near the northwestern city of Kusong, the Pentagon said.
We're looking at the same one. It said
we strongly condemn this and North Korea's other recent missile tests, which violate United Nations Security Council resolutions. Oh, wasn't Barack Obama the head of the UN Security Council? Good job, buddy. Explicitly prohibiting North Korea, Kim Jong-il's launches using ballistic missile technology, Pentagon spokesman Gary Ross said in a statement. The North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, determined the missile launch from North Korea did not pose a threat to North America. But Sam, you said they found it in the water or something, or they found the remnants and said that the missile failed, or what happened?
They just detected that they tried to of course launch it to begin with. The North Korea has been warned again and again against doing this, not just because they're not trusted and because they're insane, but because they are horrible at making sure this sort of thing is done properly.
Look at these missiles.
Yes, I'm looking with the same article. Actually, we're talking about the same one from CNN. Yes.
Yeah.
In a statement, it said it's a clear violation of the UN Security Council resolution. It strongly condemned North Korea's provocative act. Well, North Korea doesn't have to honor the UN. That's the least of my worries. I don't care who honors the UN. I have very little respect for them. But
yeah, that's why even when I was reading that, I was like, the UN, the United Nations. Screw the United Nations. We need to get out of it.
But it is very important to note that, I mean, North Korea is an actual threat to peace in the entire world. So Pyongyang claimed in March that it had successfully miniaturized nuclear warheads, a crucial step for their mounting on the intermediate long-range missiles. U.S. officials said it was prudent. In other words, at some point they're going to be able to start trying to hit Japan. And I'm not saying that they're going to win, but once these bombs start flying and the fact that they're a protectorate sort of China, this could get real fast.
Nah, Japan doesn't play that shit. And Sam, how do you feel about when Trump says that when it comes to, and he never, I don't think.
I found the answer to your question, Dean. I don't mean to interrupt you. Last month, 3 ballistic missiles fired from the base of West North Korea flew across the country and fell into the East Sea, known as the Sea of Japan. So
is that how the U.S. Intelligence was able to discover that they had a failed launch? Because it sounded like that's what you were saying.
That's at least
discovered the remnants and said, "What the hell was this? A failed launch across the country?"
I'm sure they probably have other ways, but that's the only one that they're admitting to. It says 4 tests of the missile in April and May failed, CSIS said. 2 more tests came in June, with the first missile breaking up in the air and the second traveling 250 miles and falling into the Sea of Japan. So,
well, it's just a test. So maybe like.
Well, if it was a test, it'd be okay to some degree because it is their own country.
Well, if it's Sam,
they're threatening.
Sam,
they're threatening other countries.
Sam, Sam, what is the design of a missile? What is a missile's job? To blow some shit up, right?
Well, with a nuclear
Well,
missile,
if you're just having a test, a quote-unquote test, are you going to actually blow some shit up or just let it dissolve over the water? Maybe it was a successful test.
No, this was a failed nuclear test.
Oh, it was just a test.
The trouble is, well, yeah, but that just means you're still trying to create.
It means it wasn't actual.
No, that's not what that means. If you're trying to do a nuclear test, you're trying to create a nuclear explosion that isn't on anybody's land but your own. Their nuclear explosion didn't go off, so they failed their own test, is the way to put it. But the bigger problem with them isn't that they're just...
So they had a goal and they failed.
They are actually threatening other people with them. They have major news broadcasts about how they can now bring down America. That's the huge thing.
Yeah. Okay, well, don't get me wrong. I wasn't defending North Korea, Americans. Just wanted to let you know.
No, we don't.
I'll never do that.
Well, you know what? That'd be a nice place to honeymoon, though. Think about it.
I'm from Asgard, though, so, like, seriously? Like, all your American elections, I'm Thor, the God of Thunder, so I'm kind of like really beyond all that shit at this point.
Well, let me go ahead.
But I still like Natalie Portman, So,
guys, I think everybody watching this, we all want D-Lake to come in a better costume next week. We'll have to do a belated.
Okay, well, thank you, Sam. I have the props, but Did you see the homeless woman attacked protecting Donald Trump's star after Donald Trump's Hollywood Walk of Fame star was defaced by a pick hammer and a sledgehammer?
I saw it defaced. I didn't see what you're talking about.
That he was going to destroy it for auction or some bull crap.
No, dude.
I would have fucking hammered him.
Now who defined? I saw the destroyed star, but I didn't see the rest.
Then a homeless lady was protecting the star, and she was assaulted by what was described as a man, but I think was really kind of like a bitch dyke woman, like a really stocky, kind of like manly looking woman who ripped up the signs. I don't want to misidentify the genders. I could probably get in really big trouble for that. But what some news sources called the man, I think, was actually a bulky, kind of butchy looking woman.
Let's see it. You got the video?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. Do you want to play what the fuck is that? The sex of that person with me?
Well, while D-Lake's looking that up, friends, I don't know how many of you have seen the American Horror Story, but I've noticed something. Christelle and I were talking about it. The entire premise of the show seems to be to attack the Christian religion. Like, it used to be really, really good. The new ones, well, not new with anybody but me, but I'm only on season 2. The whole non-alien thing so far has sucked. I have not liked it at all. The first season was okay, but I see why Jessica Lange went on to other things, because it got sort of, I don't know, predictable.
Okay, Sam, go with something here for a second while I set up for sound, because we'll take a look at this together and then see what you think.
I don't know if anybody is in the Canton area, but if you hear rattling in the background, it is the delicious candy that we're about to be handing out on the trick-or-treat night. For everybody interested in things that are so very important these days, one thing is this. Look at the polls. And then look up the word dark. They're trying to say that Donald Trump has a dark vision of the future. You got way too much. The dark vision of the future. I don't see where it's... But it's like... It's over and over and over again. The same word keeps coming up as if it... All right, let me just go to screen share instead of talking about it. Here, look at this. Where is that? I can never screen share when I'm a guest. Let's not working. But anyway, if you look up, it's posted by Twitter user Trump Revolution. Just find it there. Headlines. It says, do you think the media got the memo? Washington Post mentions in an acceptance speech, Trump's America is a dark and disparate place. CBS. Donald Trump offers a dark version of America. NBC takes America on a dark ride. There are like 30 of these. All of the same words, as if they were told exactly what to say by the handlers. So go and look it up. It's interesting. And I'm going to mute out so that D-Light can do this.
Yeah, no, Sam, can you hear me real quick? Just come back real quick. You're muting out? Okay.
Go for it.
Sam, you can hear me though, right?
Wonderfully.
Okay, great. Here we go. Go ahead and move back out.
My words. Yes, you are. Right. I'm not contradicting my words. What the fuck you saying? Oh, why now that you fucking
Is he just saying?
Oh, maybe that is a man. I don't know. Let's see. Get your ass out of here, bitch. This gentleman in the gray, and then there's another individual here with a Puma backpack. And this guy starts talking a gang of trash. I don't like that guy. Look at this fruitcake over here. See, now, what are we looking at right here? We can only see the bottom half. It looks like the Kingpin from Daredevil. Is that a man or a woman? Are those boobs or what's going on here?
I think it's a moose, if you could see the antlers.
We're trying to decide if this is a man or a woman. They say it's a man, but it could be a woman. Those look like boobs right there. It sounds kind of womanish.
I told you, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you?
Maybe they're moobs, man boobs.
Didn't I tell you?
Oh! I think that homeless person just fell over, though. I don't think... Was she pushed right there? Looked like she just fell over. I heard she's kind of mentally disabled or mentally... She's a little out there, you know what I'm saying? But aren't we all?
Didn't I tell you?
Then she lays on the ground in sort of that fetal position, Sam, and the crowd proceeds to make fun of her for just laying there. They're like, "We know you're awake. You remember you used to play that game when you were a little kid where you pretend you're dead, and they poke at you and you pretend like you're not moving or you can't feel it and shit, Sam? You know what I'm talking about, Sam?
My wife and I still do that. She might have fainted.
I don't know, Sam. I mean, judging by the video. But what she's doing is trying to protect Donald Trump's Walk of Fame star after it was already defaced. And Donald Trump is trying to apparently get in touch with this woman because he has a gift for her. Some sort of gift.
I think she's a hero just for standing up to those people. I hope Donald Trump brings her on stage or puts her up in a hotel or does something really nice for her. I really do.
All right. Well, I don't want to have to switch back my whole audio and all that other stuff, Sam. What do you say we wrap it up? I think it's been a good show.
It has been a good show, friends. You can find me at the correct views at hotmail.com. You can donate to the show there through PayPal if you want. I'd appreciate it. You can find me at youtube.com/thecorrectviews. I'm on Patreon. I'm on Twitter and Tumblr. Nobody's on Tumblr, but I am.
Tumblr?
Tumblr.
What's that?
Where can they find you, D-Lake?
Yeah, and I'm D-Lake for Prez, and thank you everyone for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
He's going to get a costume next week. It's going to be great.
Dude, I have my fucking hammer, bro.
You stole it off Thor.
No, Thor on vacation.
You stole it on Thor. I know you did. You stole it from him. When he finds you, he's going to be pissed.
I did what? I stole his hammer?
You stole Thor's hammer. I don't believe you're really Thor. I think you took his hammer.
how could I lift it, Sam, if I wasn't the real Thor?
I don't know. Right, is he the only one that can lift it? I didn't know that.
Okay, well now you're starting to sound like John Podesta.
I do sound like John Podesta, but I
Yeah,
just said I didn't store the information in the back
Except
end.
for Hillary Clinton has bad judgment. Look, it's not bad judgment for me to wave my hammer around. I'm Thor.
Oh, I gotta give this to Christelle. Christelle, Anthony Weiner texted you.
Oh, the guy at the Haunted House Museum has a fucking flip phone.
I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood for
I'm
Weiner.
Thor. You're not the children of the corn.
Right, I'm definitely
Where's
corn.
your fucking corn? Where's your corn, Sam?
Where's my corn? Give me some corn, hon. Give me some corn.
Corn immediately. It's not gonna be.
You want a feather too?
Yes. Hurry.
Because you got to feather dust it.
On your butt.
Hurry.
Look, you're trying to compete with the mighty fucking Thor, bro.
I used the corn to make a pipe.
Oh, snappity snap. All right, well, Sam just won. Everyone, pour juice on your chin.
Pour juice on your chin. Happy Halloween.